dito, very aggressive, very defendable. Ngayon, mukha ng nag-age na kayo ng ilang buwan pa lang. Mukha ng mad scientist. Naalala ko yung Back to the Future.
It's a big challenge, alam ko. Nakita ko parang dati payat ka na, lalo ka pang pumayat. At ngayon, dati mukha kang 50 years old. Ngayon, mukha ka ng 80 years old. Buti makapal pa yung buhok nyo, Secretary.
No?
But we're here.
Sukdulan ho talagang kasamaan ng ugali nitong si Win Gatchalian. Ibang klase ho talaga tong mama na to. Dito sa video na to, inokray-okray niya ho itong si Win Gatchalian. Na kesyo tumanda daw ang itsura niya ngayong mga panahon na to. Understood na ho yun sa dami ng problema na kinahaharap ho ngayon ng DPWH. Kahit ilagay nyo dyan 20 anyos, magmumukhang 100 years old. Dito sa video na to mga kababayan, ang pagharap diyan sa Finance Committee ng Senado ng DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon, di nga natin malaman mga kababayan kung bakit tinanggap ni Vince Dizon yung pwesto na yan. Ano ba sinabi sa'yo? Tinakot ka ba nila? Nakakalkalin nila mga nakalipas mo? Napagbubuhol-buhuling kayo nito si Senator Christopher Bongo, Senator Bato de la Rosa at lahat ng konektado sa Duterte administration. Kaya talagang napilitan ka natanggapin niyang DPWH secretary. Kasi ngayong mga panahon na to, kahit sinong matinong taong ilagay niyo dyan, hindi ho niya tatanggapin yung pwesto na yan. Kahit anong husay pa ng individual na iaalok sa kanya yung pwesto na yan na maging DPWH secretary, 110% hindi ho niya tatanggapin yung pwesto na yan. Kahit gaano niya pa kamahal ang sambayan ng Pilipino. Kasi hindi ho sapat ang isang tao para maituwid lahat ng kabuktutan na nangyayari dyan sa ahensya na yan. Yan ang ating sigurado. Ngayon tayo napaisip, ano nga ba ang sinabi nitong si Makoy dito kay Vince Dizon kung bakit niya tinanggap yung pwesto na yan, di ba? Pero bago ho yan mga kababayan, kung bago lang ho kayo sa PH Update, isang like at isang subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community, join button, nandyan lang ho sa ba. Rekta ho tayo dyan sa pagharap nitong si Vince Dizon dito kay Senator Win Gatchalian. Panuorin ho natin ito mga kababayan. Ibang klase talaga.
And thank you again, Secretary, for coming over. Alam ko napakadaming challenges. Hinaharap
challenges.
Kayo at yung department tuwing binubuksan ko yung internet or television, mukha mo yung lumalabas. First thing pag binubuksan ko, which is a good thing, no, na inform yung publiko about the reforms that you are undertaking at na-inform kami lahat kung ano yung mga actions ng department, especially on the corrupt.
Para may konekta sa mga Duterte, no? Di ba? Yun naman ang iniintay itong mga to.
Action that we are facing. Nakatrabaho kita during the pandemic time when you were the testing char of our country, and I know how you work. You work fast, you work efficient, and you work decisive. So
ika nga bubulahin muna kita bago kita uokrayin. Style yan ni Gatchalian Bubula-bulahin muna natin bago natin ukrayin, di ba?
I know that you will be able to clean up and reform the Department of Public Works and Highways. It's a big challenge, alam ko. Nakita ko parang dati payat ka na, lalo ka pang pumayat no? At ngayon, dati mukha kang 50 years old, ngayon mukha ka ng 80 years old.
Sama ng ugali mo, Brad. Pambira. Nukunukan ng kasamaan ng ugali nitong si Win Gatchalian. Tinatawag-tawag nyo dyan yung mama tapos okray-okray nyo lang. Huwag naman nung sanang ganyan. Senator Win, given na yon. Sa dami ng problema ng DPWH, anak ng toka, talagang kahit na 18 anyos ilagay mo dyan, magmumukhang 90 anyos. Yan.
Buti makapal pa yung buhok nyo, Secretary. But we're here.
Sabay dila na lang ni Vince. Sabi siya, pinagtripan ako nitong Gatchalian na to Walang niya ka Sa bagay, we're at the same boat, ika nga. Ano yan? Aso ni Marcos Jr. yan. Mga kababayan, ngayong mga panahon na to, laganap ho sa iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan na napakaraming tutaho nitong si Marcos Jr. At dito sa PH Update, binabantayan ho natin ang mga individual na yan para i-remind na sambayan ng Pilipino sa panahon ng kampanya kung sino yung para talaga sa sambayan ng Pilipino. At itong si Win Gatchalian, anak ng tokwa, para ho yan kay Marcos Jr. Para ho yan sa kanyang political survival. Pangarap mo ba mag-Vice President, Brad?
To listen to your budget presentation, of course, the reforms that you are undertaking. Nasabi ko sa mga kasamahan namin dito na 2020, we will not allow the same mistake and the same corruption to happen in 2026. No? And that is our strict rule and mandate come 2026. So we would like to hear from the department the reforms, especially on the budget for 2026. Ano ba yung ginawa natin para hindi na maulit to? And ano pa yung mga reforma na ginawa nyo sa loob ng DPWH para hindi na rin maulit to sa bagong taon. So with that, before I recognize Secretary Dizon, let me acknowledge the presence.
Wala na akong maraming acknowledge. Acknowledge mo, walang kwenta naman yan. Rekta na ho tayo dito kay Vince. Oh, ano pa? Anong nangyari dito kay Vince? Sec Vince! Lang nga ka, ano masyado ka kasing duwag masyado ka natakot. Ay baka mabigat yung hawak-hawak ng mga Marcos dito kay Vince Dizon, kaya niya tinanggap yung pesto na yan. Marami yung inalukan yan. Yung si Babes Romualdez. Ay, Babes Romualdez. Si Babes, ano pangalan nun? Singson, di ba? Babes Romualdez. Si Babes Singson, inalok sa kanya yan, hindi niya tinanggap. Kasi ano na siya, mukhang nasa 60-70 years old na siya. Baka pagka tinanggap niya yan, magmukha siyang 200 years old. Wala. Hindi natin, totoo, hindi ko alam kung ano motibasyon. Kahit gaano pa kamahal ang Pilipinas, kahit gusto mo pang tulungan ang sambayan ng Pilipino, anak ng tokwa, kung magdedirekta sa'yo kung paano tatakbo, yung ahensya na yan, hindi natin malaman kung nasa tamang katinuan, wala kang maaayos yan, Brad. Kanya ka talaga. Ito na, si Vince Dizon na.
That we are currently undertaking. Let me start with the reforms on ensuring accountability. So that is, I think, the first step. We need to make sure, according to the President, paulit-ulit po niyang sinasabi, wala po tayong sisinuhin, wala po tayong sasantuhin. Top to po.
Wala tayong sisinuhin, wala tayong sasantuhin, maliban kay Martin Romualdez at kay Saldico, palakpakan. Yan. Palakpakan ho tayo. Diba? Wala tayong sisinuhin, wala tayong sasantuhin, maliban kay Martin Romualdez at dito kay Saldico. Anak ng tokwa, kayo nga dyan sa, dyan sa DPWH, di ba? Alam nyo naman, alam mo, Secretary Vince. Huwag na tayong maglokohan dito. Di ba? Masyado kayong
Bottom po ang ating magiging cleansing. And we are doing that right now.
Sige
Obviously,
lang.
the first reform
yan, Brad.
are the filing of cases. That is unprecedented, Mr. Chairman. No, and I think you will see in the next few weeks and months of the sheer volume of cases that are going to be filed against people who are responsible within the department, who are responsible for this really unprecedented anomalies that have been done in the past years. And we are doing this closely with the Independent Commission for Infrastructure and the Office of the Ombudsman and the DOJ. So yan po, meron na po tayong unang case na final sa Ombudsman, 1 buwan na ang nakalipas. Ito po ay pinangako na po ni Ombudsman Boying Remulla, ang ating bagong Ombudsman, na bibilisan na po ito na ma-file sa Sandigan Bayan. Ito po yung kaso sa 1st District of Bulacan. May mga susunod pong kaso na ifa-file na rin ngayong linggong ito involving other projects. Pangalawa po doon yung final ng ICI sa Ombudsman, yung pong kaso sa Oriental Mindoro involving several DPWH personnel and involving contractors such as SunWest Corporation as well as the other companies of the Diskaya.
Napaso Napaso ito si Sec Vince. Diba? Mantakin nyo kasi po. Puro Diskaya. O, dito sa isa na to, sa SunWest tayo. Yan. Ayos.
Meron din pong mga iba pang ifa-file sa mga susunod na araw ngayong linggo. Ayoko na lang pong pangunahan ng ICI doon, but you will expect those cases to be filed already in the coming days. Apart from filing of cases, we have also instituted a sweeping review of officials within DPWH from top to bottom. We have already issued several show cause orders whenever I think a total of, sure, Yusek Rico, more than 20 show cause orders already for various DPWH personnel across the country. No, iba't iba pong, this is not limited to Bulacan or Luzon. Marami na po tayong in-issue at yan po ay umaandar na ang proseso. Alam niyo naman po, lalo na para sa ating mga opisyales na under civil service, meron po tayong proseso dyan at kailangan po nating sundin ang prosesong yan. At the same time, we are right now in the process of instituting reforms sa ating human resources. No, we will now start with a review of policies to ensure that DPWH becomes truly a meritocracy. No, at hindi lang ma-appoint dahil kilala si ganito, kilala si ganyan, recommended ni ganito, recommended ni ganyan. Kailangan po dadaan po sa masusing pag-review ang mga applications. Today, we opened up applications to 2,000 vacant positions in DPWH. And lahat po, pati po mga job order, pwedeng mag-apply dito. At magpalabas po kami ng guidelines sa tulong na rin po ng dating mga secretaries of the department, si Secretaries Babe Singson at Ping De Jesus. Tinutulungan po nila kami ngayon para magbuo at magbalangkas ng bagong rules on meritocracy. So yan po ang ginagawa po namin ngayon.
Yan.
Ikalawa po, meron po tayong kinakailangan gawin.
Bibigyan niyo pa ba ng budget yung ano na yan? DPWH na yan? Di ba kayo naaawa sa sambayan ng Pilipino? Anak ng toka. Gusto naman natin matuloy yung mga proyekto kasi pagka hindi naman pinondohan yan sigurado naman kawawa rin naman talaga tayo. Yung mga kalsada, yung mga infrastruktura, hindi mo magagawa yan pagka walang pondo. Ang problema pagka binigyan mo ng pondo, lumalangoy sila sa pera. Di ba? Habang tayo lumalangoy sa baha, itong mga walang yung politiko na to na nasa likod, na mga naglabi dito sa mga budget na to, sila, nagsiswimming sila sa pera. Yun ang mahirap dito mga kababayan. Pagka hindi natin binigyan, kawawa Pilipino, di ba? Pagka hindi natin binigyan ng budget. Pagka binigyan naman natin, kawawa pa rin Pilipino. Wala ko tayong lulugaran sa mga walang yung magnanakaw na politiko na to. Yan.
Sa planning at budgetary reform.
Lungkot.
At si Undersecretary, bagong talagang Undersecretary Nick Conti, na pumalit po kay former Undersecretary Cabral, yan po ang kanyang trabaho ngayon. Paano natin masisigurado na ang planning at budgetary process ay maayos, transparent, at i-reflect po talaga ang pangangailangan ng ating mga distrito, ng ating mga probinsya, ng ating mga rehiyon. No? We are completely scrapping the formulas that were initially explained to both the Committees on Finance and the Blue Ribbon Committee on allocable and non-allocable. We are scrapping all of that, and we will simplify the formulas and the process by which projects get to the National Expenditure Program. Yan po ay riripasuhin natin completely para sa darating na budget sa 2027. So yan po ay ongoing, hindi po ito madali, hindi po ito mabilis kasi marami pong kailangang ayusin dito, but we are very, very we will really welcome po any suggestions that may come from the honorable members of the Committee on Appropriations and the Philippine Senate. Ikatlo po, kailangan po din natin ireforma ang procurement process ng DPWH. No? Kailangan pong ireforma ang procurement dahil dito po nakita natin ang maraming mga pagkukulang at loophole. At Mr. Chairman, if you would allow me to take this opportunity to thank Senator Bam Aquino, because in the Blue Ribbon hearing that I attended personally, siya po ay nagbigay ng napakagandang suhestyon. na mag-file ng mga kaso laban sa mga kontratista na naging involved sa bid rigging sa Philippine Competition Commission. At yun po ay napakagandang development at ginawa po namin yun agad-agad. We have filed 12 cases with the PCC already, and Mr. Chairman, Senator Bam, we will be filing more. We will be filing more. And ano po yun, it sends a strong message that we will not tolerate bid rigging. Kasi po mabigat po ang parusa na yon. 110 million for first offense at 250 million, up to 250 million for future offenses. So mabigat po yon at hindi po namin tatantanan yan, Mr. Chairman, Senator Bam. But apart from that, we will also institute reforms that will bring about transparency and really I don't think we need to make new laws or new regulations. I think especially now with the passage of RA 12009, the amended Government Procurement Act, everything is already there. We just need to make sure that all these laws, regulations are followed strictly. So we will be doing that as well. Yan po ay kasama po si Undersecretary Conti at yung ating procurement service. At kailangan din po natin ikaapat ng reforma sa implementation and monitoring of projects. No, meron tayong, nandito po si Undersecretary Ador Canlas at si Undersecretary Arthur Bisnar. Sila po ang ating dalawang Undersecretaries for Operations. Sila po ngayon ay talagang masusi ng nag-aaral kung paano natin may ensure na may implement ng tama ang mga project at more importantly, mamomonitor ng tama ang mga proyektong to para wala na pong magiging ghost project sa DPWH from now on. Lastly po, we also need to monitor yung pong pagbabayad. Kasama din po. No? Kasi marami po tayong nakita dito. Mga project.
Wala pa sigurong tulog tumama na to. Mulat na mulat no? Pambihira, oo. Tingnan nyo naman yung pagmumukha na yan. Dapat, hindi ko alam kung talagang pinuportray mo sarili mo hardworking, kaya kailangan yung mga balbas mo medyo humaba-haba na ng konti, yung magmukha kang kawawa, grabe naman to si Sec Twins, hardworking, ganun ba? Hindi ko alam Pero ako, wala naman 5 minutes yung pang-high, makakapag-height ka naman dyan. Pero para magmukhang medyo gusot-gusot ang konti ang buhok, tapos medyo sumisilip na yung mga balbas-balbas, para style ko yun Para mukhang hardworking, papatubo tayo ng konti-konting balbas, di ba?
Na sinabing kumpleto na, pero either wala at all yung proyektong yon or hindi pa kumpleto, pero fully paid na. Halimbawa po, no, pasensya na po kayo at this was of a public outburst on my end, pero talaga pong sino ba naman po ang hindi magagalit kapag meron pong district engineer na nagsabi sa inyo na kung siya ay nagpagawa ng bahay, hindi niya babayaran ng kontratista hanggat hindi natatapos ang bahay niya. Pero yung project na hindi pa tapos, inamin niya na okay lang magbayad kasi nangako naman daw po ang contractor na tatapusin niya. Yun po ang sinabi sa akin. No, live television pa po nun. No, sino ba naman po ang hindi magagalit sa ganong klaseng pag-iisip? No, so kailangan din pong reformahin yun. To make sure that we have checks and balances, especially in the final payments of projects and also in the progress billings of projects to make sure that the responsibilities of the contractors are met before payments are made. So with that po, yun po yung 5 mga reformang ginagawa natin ngayon. We would be more than willing po to present to you once we have some very clear directions already on those reforms. But my request only po is we will also be given some time kasi hindi po biro ito. Sorry po, last na lang. Yung pinaka-importante na reformang ginagawa namin ngayon. Tinawag na rin po ito ni Senator Win Gatchalian, tinawag din po ito ni Congressman Rian Reviste na kailangan ibaba natin ang cost of materials ng DPWH. Kasi marami po dito mataas sa totoong cost of materials all over the country. We are also doing that now. We are reviewing the CMPD and also the DUPA, which is based on the CMPD. No, the cost of materials. kailangan po nating reviewin to. In fact, ito po ay ginagawa ngayon natin ongoing at malapit na po tayong ilabas ito sa mga susunod na linggo. So with that po, maraming salamat po Mr. Chairman, honorable members of the Committee on Finance, and we will be ready and willing to answer any questions you may have. God bless po at maraming salamat po.
Yung importante.
Thank you very much, Secretary Dizon. We recognize the presence of Senator Lauren Legarda and Senator Bam Aquino. And in order of arrival, we will start off with Senator J.V. Orcito for his questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Secretary Dizon and the new DPWH family. I agree with the observation of our chair of the Committee on Finance. Although we have started sana excited sana ko with the DOTR budget to be working with you, Secretary Dizon. Kaya lang iba yung plano no. We know for a fact we share the same advocacies, yung talagang massive infrastructure development will really stimulate economic growth. Kaya lang na iba yung plano. I share the sentiments of Senator Win Gatchalian. Si Secretary Dizon nung nagsimula, isa sa parang top pang GQ yung executive, batang-bata, 'di ba? Ito very aggressive, very defendable. Ngayon mukha nang nag-age na kayo ng ilang buwan pa lang. Mukha ng mad scientist. Naalala ko yung Back to the Future. Yung
Mag-hide ka kasi. Baka kasama sa packaging na yan, no. Ano dapat ganito, ganito yung mahi ko. Pa, yun dapat pagka nakita nila ako, talagang hardworking ako.
book nyo, sabog-sabog na.
Sabog-sabog na eh.
Sabog-sabog na, no? Pero I understand the challenges that you are facing right now, and I don't envy your position right now. Although I honestly miss you, no? Doon sa DOTR kasi talagang we had our plans. Nag-ready na nga tayo for our yung ating pong mga ipaprioritize sa mga railway, mga airports, yung pong mga ating mga advokasya. Anyway, first of all, siguro a lot we will be discussing today yung mga reforms, and I'm glad you already started your reforms that will be introducing in the DPWH, considering that ito pong talagang scandal that really rocked this nation recently is probably the biggest scandal that rocked his history, and people are really longing for answers, no? Siguro doon lang po sa mga notorious na district engineering offices in our investigation during the Blue Ribbon, siguro we will submit to you our findings also para lang din for your information, and so that it can help you in your reforms that you will institute. Doon po sa Bulacan, the notorious district engineering office, and I don't know kung nangyari dito sa Bindoro, meron po sila rin progress billing. Now, I was also a developer before. Ang pagkakaintindi ko, pag may progress billing, according to accomplishments. Pero dito pa sa Bulacan, kahit na 30% pa lang ang progress billing, pinipilit na ng assistant DE pa lang noon, sila Bryce at iba, ng mga talagang nagmodus na kahit 50% na, pipilitin nila 50% na ang inyong ideklara kasi nandito na yung budget, kailangan namin gastusin. So, in the same manner that napamura ka, alam ko yun, maiinis ka talaga. Imagine, 30% pa lang accomplishment, pero yung mismong DE mismo or assistant DE sabi, hindi, 50% nang iyan mo. Yung contractor mismo, ang nagkukumahog, paano ko gagawin to? 50% na yung kukolektahin, and yet 30% pa lang yung aming accomplishment. So that's one. And second, of course, yung borrowing of license, no? We know that that has been notorious. Inamin naman po yan ng maraming some contractors like si Sims, no? Talagang she was really open at pointed to those who sila Bryce and JP Mendoza, who really forced her to lend their licenses. Otherwise, syempre, kung contractor ka, matatakot ka pag kung DE or assistant DE yung humingi, baka hindi ka nabigyan ng project. So those are the things that siguro may iba pa kami ibibigay for the reforms, and I'm sure that my colleagues will also be asking about that. Now, going back dun sa ating pong same advocacy, when you were still DOTR secretary, yung pong lahat ng problema doon sa Central Luzon, I think yung, for example, yung flooding in Central Luzon, every same period for the last 3 years, nagkakaroon po ng hearing dito because of flooding. Because Central Luzon is a catch basin, water from Sierra Madre coming down, dapat mailabas ng Manila Bay. No? Ang nangyayari po, with the 350 billion peso budget, Mr. Chair, every year, that's 1 billion peso a day. Ganun po yung budget ng flood control for DPWH. Ang nangyayari siguro, with that budget, all districts would want to have a piece of that budget. So, sa halip na sana, kung masundan na yung master plan for flood control in Central Luzon, siguro with that budget, by now, siguro malaki na improvement. Ang nangyayari po, lahat ng distrito gusto kumuha ng portion of that budget, pinagpira-piraso, nangyari po, patsi-patsi po ang mga flood control projects. Sa halip na floodways, no, massive floodways, spillways, water impounding, dams, and pumping stations ang dapat na ating pong ginagawa. Ang nangyari po, slow protection, river revetment, di ba? Drainage improvement, pinagpati-hatian, nangyari po patsi-patsi, kaya hindi nawawala ang tubig. Do you agree, Secretary Dizon? Ganito po ang nangyari.
Mr. Chairman, you are absolutely correct po sa inyong observations. Ganun po talaga ang nangyari.
And with that, Sec, I have my top priority bill that I filed in this Congress and as well in the last Congress is the Master Plan for Infrastructure for National Development. Ito po yung comprehensive Master Plan for Infrastructure Development. And I'm glad, Mr. Chair, that it has been included already in the LEDAC priority of measures. No? Ang ano po natin dito, those projects that are national in nature, that are national insignificance, for example po, railway system, yung mga main national highways, mga dams, flood control, pag national po, dapat tuloy-tuloy. Whoever sits as president, ang ano ko po rito sana we hit 2 birds with 1 stone, no? You know, ang ating po political system kasi siguro 6 years and 3 years. Presidents will always look at their legacies. Kumbaga short term and medium term. Nakakalimutan po natin yung long term through the decades. Kaya nga po yung railway system 30 years na tayong behind, no? In terms of railway system compared to our ASEAN neighbors, yung mga skyways and all. So, yung rational po nito, whoever sits as president, all of these big ticket items dapat tuloy-tuloy, no? Again, railways, skyways, dams. Siguro po yung mga presidente may sariling mga pet programs, but all of these big ticket items should be continuous because this will stimulate economic growth. Ano kaya yun?
Senator JV, we were advised that today we will have our earthquake drill starting at 11. Tamang-tama nga, DPWH nandito. No? So,
yan. Sana pagka lumindol, hindi na drill. Sana totoohanin na eh. Di ba? Kung pwede bang ganon? Wala nang drill. Diyan lang kayo, sana lumindol. Malakas. Yung magnitude 10,000.
So, we'll request everyone to leave the building. Kasama tayo, ma'am. We requested for an exemption but the Office of the Senate President did not allow.
Tuloy natin, tapos na drill.
Let's resume our budget briefing and naputulo tayo kanina kay Senator JV. So, Senator JV, you may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Anyway, tama-tama itong earthquake drills dahil talagang hindi rin man natin pwede maiwasan. Medyo madalas ang earthquake ngayon at talindol. Para ding yung nangyari sa ating bansa, nanayanig ang ating buong bansa at ating buong gobyerno. sa mga nangyari dito sa mga flood control at ghost projects at iba pa. Anyway, to continue, as I was saying, ito pong Senate Bill number 2 that I filed is the Master Plan for Infrastructure and National Development. This goes to show the importance of this measure to this representation. Noong 19 Congress, I filed this as Senate Bill number 1. Ngayon, number 2 dahil pangalawa lamang sa universal healthcare. But still, I'm hoping to get the support also of our dear Secretary and the whole DPWH family for the approval of these very important measures. Again, I think we will be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone with this measure. Unang-una po, as I was saying, the rationale is that long-term, big ticket items, it will span or transcend different administrations. Like railways, for example, 20, 30, 40 years ang planning, studies, execution, and implementation yan. So, long-term, mga dams, skyways, at iba pa, it will be part of this master plan. Sabi ko, 2 birds with 1 stone. So, magagawa na po natin yung mga infrastructure natin which we were left behind by our ASEAN neighbors with its passage. And at the same time, the second is we will be able to prevent occurrence of such anomalies, no? Yung po mga anomalyang mga proyekto na wala po sa master plan, na basta lamang may proyekto, siningit, no? Basta lamang kung may mema na may masabi lang ito, may ma-project lang. Ganun ang nangyari. Yeah? So, at least all of these big ticket items or projects will now be according to the master plan. So, siguro yung pong proposal, I understand, Secretary, no? The President said that yung 250 billion of the flood control projects, not until you have already established yung pong reforms, will be reallocated, reapportioned to other projects like social welfare programs, AICS, AKAP, TUPAD, and PhilHealth. Ako okay po ako lalo sa health. But I think it might be, just Mr. Chair, it might be a good opportunity for us kasi we cannot let naman the next 2 or 3 years that the people will continue to drown. No? Kasi walang flood control projects. They will suffer, no? In the next 2-3 years. Again, it might be a good opportunity for us to rechannel a portion of this 250 billion for the big ticket items. For Central Luzon, for example, floodways, yung mga dams, no? Mga water impounding, spillways, baka pagkakataon naman na magawa na ito. Yung wala na po yung pakialam yung distrito. As I remember, Mr. Chair, we were both members of the House of Representatives. Pag projects that are national in nature, dapat wala na hong pakialaman distrito as how it used to be, no? Ngayon na lang po kasi yung mga national projects pinaghahati-hatian in the same manner na itong 350 billion peso budget for flood control every year, 1 billion peso a day, every district will now want a piece of this budget. Ang nangyari na pag-iwanan yung mga tunay na big ticket items that would have really solved the problems of flood-prone areas like Central Luzon and other areas in the country. Makikita lang natin yan, Mr. Chair, doon po sa projects na nakakuha ng malalaking flood control projects vis-a-vis those flood-prone areas, talaga mayroong mismatch, no? So yun po, I thank Secretary Vince Dizon for your support, no, for this master plan for infrastructure national development. I think it will really prevent occurrence of anomalous projects pag nandun po tayo sa infrastructure. Yung po sa doon po sa tungkol sa flood control projects, if it follows the master plan, would you think it will still be ganito pa kaya? Magagawa pa ba ito? Hindi na siguro. Because it will be according to the master plan.
Tama po kayo, Mr. Chairman. Tama po ang ating Honorable Senator JV. Kung ang mga proyekto po ay naaayon sa mga master plan na talagang pinag-aralan at ito talaga ay nabusisi at napag-aralan ng mabuti para makasolve sa baha, hindi ho mangyayari itong nakita nating nangyari ngayon. Nangyari lang po ito dahil, tama po si Senator JV, Mr. Chairman, dahil meron pong iba na gumawa na lang ng kung ano-anong mga
Basta may project lamang.
quote-unquote flood control, pero in reality, hindi naman talaga nakatulong. No? And in some cases, wala pa nga yung project at all. So maybe may I just update, Mr. Chairman, the committee, that currently, specifically for the provinces of Nueva Ecija, Bulacan, and Pampanga, which is really the flood-prone area in the Central Luzon Basin, no? There is an ongoing Central Luzon Floodway detailed engineering design project. This is funded by the Asian Development Bank. Hindi pa po ito tapos, ongoing po ito. Matatapos po ito August 2026. So, PED na po yun. Detailed engineering na po yan, Mr. Senator, Mr. Chairman. So, ibig sabihin nun, pag natapos po ito, shovel ready na po yung mga proyektong yun. Shovel ready na po yun. And we can already start building those projects under the Central Luzon Floodway Master Plan done by the ADB after it comes out in August of 2026. Unfortunately ngayon, wala pa po. Kaya siguro timing na rin po yung desisyon ng ating Pangulo na hindi muna kasi kesa naman ho maglagay tayo, hindi naman makakatulong dahil hindi naman consistent with the plan. Thank you po, Mr.
Also
Chairman.
in line with that, consider, buti nandito si Senator Loren. I know that ano siya masyado sa mga sa water resources. There has been a proposal to create the Department of Water. Would you suggest that halimbawa yung mga dams, spillways, itong mga flood control, it's about time that we really put up all projects for water management under one full-fledged department para at least masyado ng malaki DPWH. Sa laki nga, hindi nyo na po ma-monitor, kaya nga ho siguro may nakakalusot. So is it now practical, considering that water is now becoming scarcer every day? Pag tag-ulan, ang dami natin tubig. Pag tag-init, tuyong-tuyo, wala naman tayong tubig. So nasasayang. So with the Department of Water, baka mamaya we can manage our water resources more effectively. No? Yung mga water impounding, mga dams, mga flood control na hindi matatapon lamang, iniipon natin. What can you, Secretary Visan, regarding the establishment of the Department of Water, that will be separate from the Department of Public Works?
Mr. Chairman, I think the President himself has supported this initiative. I think it is part of several discussions already with Congress and especially in the LADAC. So, I mean, we fully support this po, no, the creation of a separate Department of Water that will handle this. No, kasi kailangan po talaga, very, very important po yung water resources management. And we will support this 100% po.
Thank you for that. Meron akong it may be a parochial concern, pero nangyari po ito sa San Juan. Nandito kaya yung NCR director? Siguro alam niya kasi wala na si Yusek Bernardo, siya po yung kausap ko dito.
Meron pong bago lang po itong
bago
ating
lang. Yung dati wala na rin.
Wala na rin po. Siya po ay actually naging subject nung cleansing natin.
He's also part of it. Okay.
Yes. So may bago po tayong region.
Wala na, pinagtatanggal na nitong si Vince kasi yung iba niyang mga kasamaan mga contractor dun booking. Paano pagka hindi na booking, tuloy-tuloy lang ligaya, ganon.
Director si Joel Limpenko, he came from Region 6, the region po of
nangyari po kasi dito for the past 3 or 4 budget seasons. Actually, noong 19 Congress pa, I was asking for a flood for a pumping station. Ito na sana yung huling pumping station in San Juan. Yung Batis.
Ito po yung Batis.
San Perfecto, no? 3 budget season kasi yung flood prone namin, ginaya ito namin sa Nabotas no? Yung kanilang bombastic pump, yung low-lying areas na wala po yung baha because of the pumping station. It has been effective. also in San Juan. But isa-isa na lang po ito na ni-request ko for several budget hearings. Ang nangyayari po, oo lang po sa amin, si Yusek Bernardo, si Secretary Bonoan, para siguro mapasa lamang, pero pagkatapos, iirata, susulatan ng district office ng congressman, inuutusan siguro ng mayor namin, na iirata. So, yan po ang kapalit, no? Gagawing river revetment, slope protection, drainage improvement, at makikita nyo po, may mga familiar names po. Wow. Si Darcy, hello Darcy, is there again. Di ba? So, anong nangyari po, ilang taon na, parang ganito, that's why I'm bringing this up. If this happens in our districts, ganito rin ang nangyayari sa buong Pangkalatan.
Yan.
Hindi po nawawala ang baha, kakaawa po yung aming mga taga-San Perfecto at Batis. Yung mga kagamitan po nila, pinag-ipunan, motorsiklo, sasakyan, refrigerator, lahat po, nababaha, pinaghirapan po nila yan. Sabi ko nga kay Secretary Bono on that time, tayo po, magandang natin, hindi tayo nababaha, pero sila pinag-ipunan po nila yan. Yan po, yung mga
Yung mga ganyang klaseng hinaing ganyan naman. Palakpakan nga natin itong si Senator tawag dito Senator JV, di ba? Ganyan dapat, di ba? Yung hinaing ng mga nasa baba, nararamdaman hindi puro proyekto. Wala namang kwenta yung mga
revetment,
proyekto
slope protection, drainage improvement. Si Director. Si Director. Agree ba kayo na itong mga ito makakatanggal ba ng tubig? Halimbawa magkabaha or ang isang pumping station? Ano ang mas makakatulong? Wala namang in danger. Talagang halatang pinroject lang. And I know you know what I'm talking about, Secretary Dizon. Sana ito yung mga reforms na pasensya na. Ito yung I'm always on the ground. Kami ni Sen Gatchalian, lagi kami nasa kalye at bumabiyahe. Napapansin namin to. I hope this does not happen. Ito pong sa San Juan, familiar yung pangalan. Kaya naman pala ayaw gawin yung pumping station na hanggang ngayon lubog. Tignan nyo yung mga contractor, sila Wawaw, Darcy at lahat. Talagang alam na this, ika nga.
Alam na this, yan.
Ito yung mga gumawa ng mga substandard and ghost projects. I just hope you'll take this, take note of this.
We will, Mr. Chairman, and your observations are very, very accurate, Mr. Chairman. Unfortunately nga po, sabi nga po kasi ni Presidente, pause muna tayo for 26. Kasi nga, kailangan munang talagang let's put some order in the identification and planning of flood control projects, because as you very accurately pointed out, there is no order. It's just flood control here. Walang plano, walang basihan, walang master plan. Yun po.
At yan ang ating makikita sa mga susunod na panahon. Hindi mababago yung kalokohan na yan kasi yung sistema ipinapahintulutan. Kung aayusin lang natin yung mga mga pulisiya dyan sa DPWH, wala hong maiaambag yan. Wala hong kahit katiting na dent sa sistema, wala ho yan. Overall ang kailangan natin dito. Kaya naman, as always, maraming salamat sa pag-support sa PH Update. Mag-ingat po kayo lahat. Mahal natin ng Pilipinas.